Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I will be fighting a 1,500-point battle between my Dark Angels and Jason's Blood Angels. So, continuing with their I was going to say blood feud, but continuing with their feud that they've got going on here. The story is after their latest run-in, and once the Astra Militarum were scurried along on their way, accusations were being flung back and forth between the two armies, accusing each other of hiding dirty secrets that needed to be aired, and both sides taking offense to such accusations, whether they be true or not. It's not their place to be accusing him. So after a while, the harsh words led to hurt feelings and into blows. So they are now here fighting each other to retain their honor. So that's the story that we got going on. We are going to be playing the Ascension Mission from the chapter approved book, which is essentially there's these three objectives that are placed in the middle. We're doing Hammer and Anvil, placed in the middle of the board. You get a point for each turn, for each objective that you hold per turn, and then at the end of, but if you have and. So it's most models from the center there holds the objective, but if you're holding it with a character, if you're the only one with a character within 3 inches, you hold it. They basically means characters have objectives secured. So that's the story, and that is the mission that we're going to be playing. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the two armies that are going to be fighting it out.
So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a battalion detachment. Leading out the detachment, we have a Primaris Lieutenant with a power sword and plasma pistol. We have a Chaplain Dreadnought with a twin las cannon, close combat weapon, and storm bolter, and a Talon Master. We have 3 5-man scout squads with bolters. We have a 5-man Reaver squad with bolt carbines and grav shoots. We have a Venerable Dreadnought with assault cannon, close combat weapon, and underslung heavy flamer. We have a 5-man Devastator squad with 4 plasma cannons and an Armorium Cherub. We have a Razorback with twin assault cannon. We have a 4-man Ravenwing Black Knight squad. And last but not least, we have a Landspeeder Vengeance with a heavy bolter. And for the Blood Angels, he'll be running a Vanguard detachment and a Spearhead detachment. Leading off the Spearhead detachment, we have Dante. And we have a Ball Predator with twin assault cannon and heavy bolter sponsons, and then 2 other Predators with Predator autocannons and heavy bolter sponsons. Then for the Vanguard, we have the Sanguinor. We have an 8-man Sanguinary Guard squad. All have power fists. 4 of them have Inferno pistols, and 4 of them have plasma pistols. We have a Sanguinary Ancient with an Encarmine sword and Angelus bolt gun. And last but not least, we have a Redemptor Dreadnought with heavy onslaught Gatling cannon, heavy flamer, 2 Fragstorm grenade launchers, and a Redemptor fist.
All right, so those are the armies going over deployment now for the Dark Angels. We've got my squad of scouts over here, including Jenkins himself. We've got another squad of scouts over here. We've got the Devastator squad in the building over here. We've got the Primaris Lieutenant back over here. We've got the 4-man Black Knight squad here. We've got the Landspeeder Vengeance. We've got the Talon Master. And we have the Razorback. We have the Chaplain Dread and the Venerable Dread. And then we have the other squad of scouts. My Reavers are in Deep Strike. So going over deployment now for the Blood Angels. He's got one of his Predators over here. The other Predator right over here. The Ball Predator is right up here. The Redemptor Dreadnought's here. And everything else is in reserves. So all them golden boys are up in the sky. So that is going to be, that's the deployment. As of right now, the Blood Angels are going first, unless I can seize the initiative. Show me that Phil first. No Phil phase. So we will come back to you after a movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 1. Movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 1. Both of these Predators stood still. The Ball Predator moved up over in this direction. The Dreadnought here advanced up. Then in from reserves came all of his golden boys. So the Sanguinor, the Sanguinary Ancient, Dante, and the Sanguinary Guard all dropped in over here 9 inches away from my Devastator squad. So that is the movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 1. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, his Redemptor Dreadnought here is going to fire his 2 Fragstorm grenade launchers into my Devastator squad over here because they're assault. So he's got 2d3 shots, right?
2d6.
Oh, 2d6 shots. Sorry, my bad. So that is going to be 6 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s, right? Because it's -1 to hit because of advancing. So here we go. Hitting on 4s, so getting 2 hits. Strength 4, so looking for 4s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. AP, no AP, so looking for 2-up armor saves. And I'll make them both. Woo! All right, so his Ball Predator is now going to fire into my Venerable Dreadnought up here. So we've got, we're going to have 12 shots coming in here from the Twin Assault Cannon. So these are going to be, and you're going to do both at the same time?
Yeah.
All right, and then the heavy bolters are also going to be firing. The red will be the Twin Assault Cannon. All the other colors will be the heavy bolters. So these are going to be hitting on 4s because he moved. I will come back to you with that. All right, so all of these are going to be wounding on 5s. All right, so we've got 2 wounds, AP -1. So looking for 4-ups. Failed both of them. And he's a Venerable, so 6-up ignoring wounds. And I ignore one of them. All right, so his first Predator here is going to fire the autocannon into my Dreadnought. He's going to fire the heavy bolters into my Landspeeder Vengeance. So we're going to go with the autocannon first. 2d3 shots. So getting 3-4 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s because he didn't move. All right, all hits. Strength 7, right? So wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds. AP -1, so 2 4-up. Whoa, get back here. 2 4-ups. And I make one of them. 6-up, ignoring. Oh, no, it's 3 damage. So 6-up, ignoring wounds. Nope, don't ignore any of them. And now the heavy bolter's firing into there. All right, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. No, nothing wound. And now his second Predator is going to fire everything into my Dreadnought up here. So we're going to have the 2d3 shots. And the autocannons, 2 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Getting 1 hit. Wounding on a 4.
I will.
Oh, you're going to spend a command point on that one? All right, he's going to spend a command point to reroll that one. All right, and now so it's 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. Getting 1 wound. Looking for a 4-up. And he's good with a fill face. And now the heavy bolter shots, hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 5s. No wounds. All right, so now the Angelus Bolter here is going to fire into my Devastator squad here, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. That is 2 wounds.
-1.
AP -1, +1 because of cover, looking for 3-ups. And they're good.
No, I mean, against
All right,
those
so
guys,
now his the 4 guys with plasma pistols are going to fire into my Devastator squad here. He's not going to supercharge.
Yeah, you're not primary.
So yeah, not primary. So hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of Dante. And now these are going to be wounding on 3s, getting 2 wounds, AP -3, +1 because of cover, looking for 5-ups, making 1 of them. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, his golden boys here, the Sanguinary Guard, are going to charge into my Devastator squad. He is going to spend 2 command points to give them Descent of Angels, which means that they can charge on 3d6 instead of just 2d6, which is pretty good. But now I'm going to fire Overwatch. So each of these guys is going to fire d3 shots. All right, so we've got 3, 6, 9, 10 shots. Pretty good. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so we've got 10 shots coming in here, hitting on 6s. All right, getting, well, that one's cocked. All right, re-rolling 1s because of Grim Resolve since they didn't move. All right, so we got 3 hits, Strength 7, looking for 3s to wound. Getting 3 wounds, AP -3, so 3 5-ups. No, it doesn't make any of them. So 1 damage each. They're 2 wounds each, right?
Sacrifice.
Oh, with Standard Sacrifice, they get 6-up Feel No Pains, right?
Yep.
All right. So yeah, just roll the 3 6-ups, making 1 of them. So just 1 guy is going to be dead. And then their charge distance, looking for 9 inches. They got 3d6. Yep. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, they are totally in. And now Dante is going to try to jump on in there. He is not in. Sanguinor is going to do it. No, he's not. And now the Ancient's going to try. And make it. All right, so my lieutenant heroically intervened over here. And now they are going to, his Sanguinary Guard are going to go first into my Devastator squad here. So there's 7 guys, 2 shots each, hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, we got 8 hits. These are power fists, so these are going to be wounding on 2s.
Reroll 1s.
Rerolling 1s. All right, so that is all 8. So we've got 8 6-up saves. Actually, the first one, he's dead. I remembered it this time. So here we go, 7 6-up saves. And I make one of them, so that's still enough to kill that whole squad. And that is First Blood. All right, so now my Primaris Lieutenant is going to attack back into them. I've got 4 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 3. Oh, hitting on 2s. Alrighty. Wounding on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of himself. So that is 1 wound, AP minus 3. 5 up. No, so that is just 1 wound onto one of the guys.
So 1
Feel no pain because of the banner bearer, but no, that goes through. Or is it a 5 up? Oh, it's a 5 up. Feel no pain. So he's fine. All right. Because he's got the banner of sacrifice. That's why. I'm sorry. My bad. I forgot to mention that. That's his relic that he's got. Cool, cool, cool. All right, and that is it for the Blood Angels' turn here on turn 1. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. My Dreadnought here advanced up, jumping on that objective. I had only rolled a 1 for the advance, so I spent a command point to re-roll it to get him up there, so we got to 5 and got onto the objective. My Chaplain back over here stood still. My Talonmaster stood still, so did my Landspeeder Vengeance. So did my Razorback. My Black Knights here advanced up, and I spent a command point on Speed of the Raven, and then got that command point back because my Warlord trait is Brilliant Strategist on my Chaplain over here. These 2 Scout Squads stood still, so did this Scout Squad. My Lieutenant backed out of combat, and my Reavers dropped in over here 9 inches away from this. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, my Razorback is going to fire into his Sanguinary Guard. So we got 12 shots here, hitting on 3s because he didn't move. Alrighty. All right, strength 6, looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the Talonmaster there. So that is for 8 wounds. AP minus 1, so 8 3-ups. Failing just the 2 of them. And then the 5-up, feel no pain because of the banner of sacrifice. No, so that is 1 guy dead. And now my Talonmaster is going to do the same thing, firing into his Sanguinary Guard. So we're going to go with the twin Assault Cannon first. Hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of himself. Pretty good. That's 2, 4, 8, 9 wounds this time. So we've got 9 3-ups. AP minus 1. So that's 2, another one there. So 3 wounds go through. And then 5 up, feel no pains. Making one of them, so just 1 more guy dead. And now the twin heavy bolter firing in there. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. That is 4 wounds, AP minus 1. Looking for 3-ups. Failing 2 of them. And then 5 up. Oh, he's going to reroll 1 of them with a command point? No, so that goes through. And then 5 up, feel no pains. Makes 1 of them, so 1 takes 1 wound. All right, so now my Scout Squad's going to fire into his Sanguinary Guard. 2 of the guys are in rapid fire range. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 4s. All right, getting 4 wounds. These are now 4 2-up saves. Failing none of them. Good job. Now this Scout Squad's going to fire in here. 3 of them are in rapid fire range. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All righty. Wounding on 4s. getting...
Reroll the one. Range of him.
Oh, yeah. Reroll the 1 because of him. I forgot about him. I was looking at my talent mess. I forgot about that, Lieutenant. All right, so we've got 4 wounds there. Thank you, sir. Makes all of them. Well done. All right, so now my Land Speeder Vengeance is going to fire into his Sanguinary Guard. He's going to fire everything, including the Heavy Bolter and the Plasma Storm battery. So here comes the Plasma Storm, heavy D6. 2 shots. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that into 6 shots. Do I get the command point back? I don't, but I still think that was worth it. So 6 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s. I'm not supercharging. Okay, good thing I didn't. That would have been awful. So 4 hits. Strength 7, looking for 3s to wound. Getting 4 wounds. AP -3. These are going to be 2 damage each. So looking for 5 up saves. Makes 2 of them pretty good, and then they're 2 damage each. So,
One will die.
well, you've still got the 6 up, the 5 up. Yeah,
right.
so we'll do the first one is just 2. Just do 2. All right, so just the one guy's dead, and then the other one, next one gets another 2. He makes both of those, so he is good to go. And now the Heavy Bolter firing. That's all hits. That is all wounds. AP -1. Looking for 3 ups. Failing 2 of them. 5 ups.
Was it 3 or 4?
3. Oh, you rolled too many. So,
4.
yeah, you rolled 4. Reroll. 1 second. Yeah, we're just gonna re-roll that. Let's see what happens here. 3 ups, and fails 1 of them. That worked out. That's the way it worked. Yeah. So I guess the extra one was a 1, but he doesn't say it, so he just takes 1 wound. And now my Reavers are gonna fire into the Sanguinary Guard. We got 10 shots from their bolt carbines, hitting on 3s. All right. These are now going to be wounding on 4s. All right, getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds. 5 2-ups, failing 1 of them, and not saving that one, so that's another guy dead. All right, so now my Black Knights are going to fire into his Redemptor. I am going to supercharge. I know you're probably screaming at me, Internet, but I'm going to supercharge. Here we go, the first guy, hitting on 3s. Okay, so that's 1 hit, 1 miss that doesn't explode. 2 more hits. 2 more hits. Oh, 2 more hits, okay. Yeah, if I'd rolled them all together, they'd all been dead. So here we go. These are strength 8, looking for 3s to wounds. Oh, that's where all the 1s came. See? That would have been. So we've got 3 wounds, AP -3, so 3 6-ups. Makes 2 of them. So he just takes 2 damage. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my Reavers are going to charge into his Redemptor. So Overwatch coming here. This is the Onslaught Gatling Cannon. On 6s, getting 1, 2, 3 hits. All right, strength
6.
6, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 3 wounds. AP -1, so looking for 4 ups. And I failed 2 of them, so that's 1 guy dead. And then we've got the Fragstorm grenade launchers. So that's going to be 3 shots.
This is gonna be 6.
Oh, 6 shots. I'm sorry, it's D6. So it's going to be 6 shots. Hitting on 6s, getting 1. That's nothing there. So 1 guy is dead. And their charge distance, they need 9 inches to get in. And they're in. All right, so now my Reavers, that's the word I'm looking for, are going to start this off by attacking into his Dreadnought there. So we've got 9 attacks here, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. These are now going to be wounding on 5s. All right, pretty good, actually. Wow, really good. I will take that. So that's 5 wounds. You have 5 3-up saves. 5 3-up saves. Fails 2 of them, so he takes 2 wounds. And we'll come back to you with his attacks. All right, so he has 4 attacks now, hitting on 3s. Re-rolling because of Dante over here, which is pretty good. Okay, so 3 hits, wounded on 2s. That is 2 wounds.
You know what?
He's going to spend a command point. So that is 3 wounds. Looking for 6-up saves. Show me them fill faces. No, I don't get any fill faces. So that kills 3 guys. Oh, no, it's D3 each, right? Or is it just 3?
Yeah, it's D3.
It's D3 each. So we've got the first one is 2 wounds. That's a dead guy. and then so it's going to be 2 dead guys there.
D6 actually.
It's D6 wounds? Oh, okay, so it's still going to be 1 dead guy. That is 2 dead guys there. All right.
And 1 with 1.
All right, so that is the end of the turn here. These Reavers lost 3 guys during that turn, so 3 plus 3 is 6. They are good to go. And your Sanguinary Guard, are they? Oh, they're not within 6 there. So they lost 4 guys this turn.
Still use leadership 9.
Still use leadership 9 there. So they lost 4 plus 3 is 7. They are good to go. So that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. At the end of the turn, I score 1 objective here because I've got 2 models within. He's only got the 1 because both those characters are out of 3 inches of the center of the objective. I got this objective and I got this objective. So I get 3 points. My opponent had first blood, plus he had the 1 objective over here on his turn, so that's 2 points. So at the end of turn 1, it is 3-2 for the Dark Angels. We will come back to you after the movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Blood Angels. All of his predators stood still. The Sanguinor and the Ancient moved up here looking at my Black Knights. Dante moved over there to help out his Redemptor friend who is staying in combat with my Reavers, and his Sanguinary Guard are making their way up over this way. So that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, the Ball Predator is going to fire into my Dreadnought over here. So the red are going to be the Twin Assault Cannon. The others are going to be the Heavy Bolter hitting on 3s. We'll come back to you with that. And everything's going to be wounded on 5s. All right, so that is 2 wounds there at AP -1. So we got 2 4 up saves, and I failed them both. So I've got 2 6-up ignoring wounds. I ignore 1 of them. All right, so now his Predator over here is going to fire his autocannon into my Dreadnought, and he's going to fire the Heavy Bolters into my Landspeeder Vengeance. So we've got the Predator Cannon first. So that's going to be 3, 4, 5 shots. Hitting on 3s because he didn't move. Getting all hits. Wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 -1, so 2 4-ups. Failed them both. That's 6 damage coming in here. So he's got 3 wounds left. I need 4 fill faces in this roll for him to survive. What do you think the chances are? I'm thinking pretty much automatic. Here we go. Fill faces. No, I get 0. Yeah, so he is dead. All right, so his other Predator here is going to fire his Predator Cannon into my Razorback. So 2d3 shots. So that's going to be 2 shots. Hitting on 3s. Getting 1 hit. Wounding on a strength 7, right? So wounding on a 3, that's a wound. AP -1. Oh, no, tough 7. So they're tough 7. I thought he was shooting in... I don't know why. I was thinking him. He was shooting there. We get no wounds. Yeah, womp. All right, now 2 of the Inferno pistols are going to fire into my Vengeance over here. So hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is no wounds. All right, so now the Angelus bolt gun from the Ancient is going to fire into my Bikers. That's 2 hits. That is 1 wound. 2 AP nothing, or AP -1. So looking for a 3-up since they're in cover there. And he's good with a fill face. Woo! And now the crack grenade from the Sanguinor. That is a hit. That is a wound. But that is not a save. D3 damage. That is a dead biker. So that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase. Dante's going to charge into the Reavers, and he is totally in. The Sanguinary Guard are now going to charge into my Landspeeder Vengeance. So the battery, the Plasma Storm battery, gets 4 shots. These are going to be hitting on 6s. Not getting anything, and then the Heavy Bolter, not getting anything. So their charge distance needs a 4 to get in, and he's totally in. All right, so now the Sanguinor is going to charge into my Black Knights. They are going to fire, not going to supercharge. So we got 6 shots coming in here. Hitting on 6s, not getting anything. Charge from the Sanguinor, and he is totally in. And then the Ancient is also in. All right, so now the Sanguinor is going to attack in here. He's got 5 base attacks, +1 for his aura of... What is it? Aura of Fervor. Sure. Say that 10 times fast. Sure. These are going to be hitting on 2s. All right, all hits. Strength.
It is going to be strength 6.
Strength 6, so wounding on 2s actually, because it would be wounding on 3s +1 because of red thirst, right? And rerolling 1s because of the ancient there. So reroll that 1. Back into a 1, so we got 5 wounds.
-4.
AP, whoa, that's nothing going on there. So D3 damage each. So the first one is a dead guy. Second one is not a dead guy, so that will kill him. And then that's 2. That's a dead guy. So they're all dead. Womp womp. All right, so now Dante is going to attack into my Reavers over there. 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, all hits. Wounding on 2s because of the red thirst. So that is all wounds at AP -3, right?
Yeah, he's not full.
Yeah, so AP -3, looking for 6s. Fill faces. No, none. 0. 0 fill faces. So, yeah, they are, they did. All right, so now his Sanguinary Guard are going to attack into my Vengeance over here. So we've got 6 attacks hitting on 4s. All right.
Pretty good.
Strength 8, so wounded on 3s.
+1.
Oh, +1, wounded on 2s because of red thirst. So that is going to be 4 wounds there. AP -3, so looking for 6 ups. Nada. So 4d3 damage. So we got 3, 6, 7, 8. So he's got 1 wound left.
But he's on.
And now my Vengeance is going to attack in. He's got 3 attacks hitting on 3s. So that one's cocked. All right, so that is 2 hits, wounding on 4s. That is 1 wound, 2 up save. They are good.
I didn't know that.
All right, and that is it for the Blood Angel's turn here. He scores 1, 2 points there, so bringing his total up to 4. So he is leading 4-3 right now. But that is it for the Blood Angel's turn here. That we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn. What turn is it? Turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. My Dreadnought stood still, who I forgot to shoot last turn. These scouts moved up here. My Talonmaster stood still. So did my Razorback. My Vengeance moved over here away from these guys. Fell back from there. These guys advanced up this way. These scouts moved up over this way, and my Lieutenant moved up over this way. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, these scouts are going to fire into his Sanguinary Guard, hitting on 3s.
Pumping out the scouts first.
Oop, get out of there. All right, wounded on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant there. So that is 2 wounds, 2 up saves. Ooh, fails one of them. And now these scouts here are going to fire into the Sanguinary Guard, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant over there. All right, so we got 2 wounds again. 2 ups. Makes them both. And now my Razorback is going to fire into them, hitting on 3s.
The models looked good without the wings. I'd do it without them, but they look good.
All right, and wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the Talonmaster. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds, AP -1, so 7 3 ups. And failing 1, 2, 3. Oof, that is 2 dead. And now my Talonmaster is going to fire into him with everything. Hitting on 3s with the twin assault cannon. Alrighty. These are now wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of himself. Alright, so we've got 6, 7, 8 AP -1. So 8 3 ups. And no, he is dead. Now my Chaplain Dreadnought's gonna fire his twin las cannon into the Sanguinor over here. Hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because he didn't move. So that's 2 hits. Wounding on the 2s. Rerolling 1s because of the Talonmaster. So that is 2 wounds. AP -3. 4 up invols. Fails 1 of them. D6 wounds. 5 wounds. 5 up invul saves because of the banner there. Or 5 up ignoring wounds. So he ignores 1 of them. So he takes 4 wounds. And now my Landspeeder Vengeance is going to fire into the Sanguinor with everything. So we'll do the Heavy Bolter first. That is 2 hits. That is 1 wound, AP -1, 3 up. Yeah, he's good. And now the Plasma Storm Battery. 3 shots, Hitting on 3s. Oh, hitting on 4s because he moved. So that is going to be 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that. That's a wound. Do I get that command point back? I do. So 1 wound, AP minus 3, 4 up invul. No, goes through. That is going to be 2 damage. So 2 5-ups. Oh no, and he is dead, and that is Slay the Warlord. All right, and that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. I don't hold any of the objectives, so I am scoring 0 points from those. So I just got the Slay the Warlord. So right now the score is tied 4-4. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Blood Angels on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Blood Angels. All of his predators are moving up this way. His Ancient stayed there on the objective. Dante and the Redemptor stayed on that objective. And that is it for the movement phase. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, start off the shooting phase. His Redemptor Dreadnought's going to fire his, what is it? The heavy onslaught Gatling cannon into my Vengeance, and he's going to fire the 2 Fragstorm launchers into Jenkins' squad over there. So the onslaught first, hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Dante. All right. These are now strength 6, right? So wounding on 4s. All right, 2, 3 wounds. So we have 3 wounds, AP minus 1. So looking for 4 ups. Oh, failed 2 of them, so he's dead. Does he explode? He does not. And now the 2 Frag Assault launchers. Grenade launchers. So that's going to be 9 shots. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Dante there. Okay, not meant to be. Wounding on 4s. Alrighty. So that is 4 wounds. 4 up saves. And I make 3 of them. Alright, so this Predator here is going to fire everything into my Talon Master over here. So we've got... oh, this is the Ball Predator? First Ball Predator. Sorry, Ball Predator first is going to fire into him with everything. So the red are going to be the Twin Assault Cannon. Hitting on 3s. Alright, we'll come back to you with that. Alright, it's actually hitting on 4s because he moved. So the reds are strength 6, so those are going to be wounding on 4s. The other ones are going to be wounding on 5s. Alright, so we've got 4 wounds there, all at AP minus, 5 wounds, sorry, 5 wounds at AP minus 1. So looking for 4 ups. And I failed 3 of them. Now this Dreadnought back here is going to fire everything into my Talon Master. So we're going to go with the Predator Cannon first. So that's going to be 4 shots, sorry. Hitting on 4s because he moved. Alright, getting 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound. AP minus 1. 4 up, he's good. Woo! And now the Heavy Bolters hitting on 4s as well. Alright, that's going to be 4 hits. Wounding on 5s, so that's 1 wound. And no save. And his last Predator is going to fire everything into my Talon Master over here. Hitting, there's the Predator Cannon first. Getting 5 shots. Hitting on 4s. Alright, so we got 3 hits. That is 1 wound. And no save, so he is dead. Does he explode? He does not. And that is it for the Blood Angel's turn here. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn. Oh, he scored 2. He scored 2 points from here because that's the second turn that character's held that. And he scored 2 points over there because of Dante. So that's 4 points. I don't know if you so we're checking to see if he is. So he's either got 8 or 9 points. But either which way, we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here. My scouts moved up. So did my Chaplain Dread. So did my Razorback. My Lieutenant moved up towards my Razorback, and both the scout squads over there moved up towards those guys over there. So that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so now my Razorback here is going to start us off by firing into his Ancient. 12 shots, hitting on 4s because he moved. All right, wow, really freaking good. All right, strength 6, so wounding on 3s. Wow, really good again. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant over there. So we've got 6, 8, 10 wounds. AP minus 1. +1 because he's in cover, so we have 10 2-ups. Failing 1, 2, 3, 5 up, feel no pains because of himself. Makes 1, so he takes 2 wounds. I forgot to mention that I spent the command point for Wisdom of the Ancients. Let's see if I get that back. I do not, so I'm down to 4 command points on him. So he is going to fire into his Redemptor Dreadnought over there. So that's 2 shots. Hitting on 3s because he moved. All right, that's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds. AP -3, so 2 6-up saves. It makes 1 of them, so that's D6 wounds. 2 wounds. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that. Oh, back into 2 wounds. Do I get the command point back? I do. Okay. All right, so both of these scout squads are going to fire into his Redemptor Dreadnought over there. We're just going to roll at the same time because I don't think it's going to make a big difference. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 5s. Getting 2 wounds, sir. 2 3-ups. And he fails 1 of them, so he takes 1 wound. These scouts are going to fire into the Predator over here. All right. Rerolling 1s because of Wisdom of the Ancients. Wounding on not force. That's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my Chaplain Dread is going to charge into his Predator over here. I need a 10-inch charge, but first, Predator is going to get 3 4 shots. These are going to be hitting on 6s. Getting no hits there. Then we've got the heavy bolters hitting on 6s. Getting 3 hits. Wow, pretty good. Getting 2 wounds. 2 3-up saves. Making them both. So he needs a 10-inch charge. Here we go. Come on, 10-inch charge. No, I'm going to spend a command point to reroll this. No! So close! Oh, but do I get the command point back? I don't, so that's just like double hurting the feels. All right, so that is going to be it for the that's it for the Dark Angel's turn here. Again, I score 0 points. This is not great. So we'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 4. Okay. So sorry, that was a -1 there. So he did take a wound there. So let's see if he gets on 6-up. Ignoring it.
Nice catch.
No, he doesn't. So he takes a wound. All right, movement phase for the Blood Angels. All of his Predators stood still. His Redemptor moved up towards my scouts, and Dante shuffled around behind him, so he's within range to give him his rerolls on his shooting at least. And then we've got his Ancient stood still too. So that's it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off with the Redemptor here. He's going to fire his heavy onslaught Gatling cannon into my 5-man squad over there, the Flamer and the Fragstorm into the 4-man squad. So this is the onslaught Gatling cannon first, hitting on 4s because he moved, re-rolling 1s and 2s because of Dante. All right, that is pretty good. These are now strength 6, so wounding on 3s. All righty. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds there. AP -1, so we're going to do these 2 at a time because there's 2 guys out of cover over there. So 2 5-ups. Nope, they're dead. And then the rest of these are 4-ups. Failed 3 of them, so that is the whole squad wiped. And now the Fragstorm launchers.
Gold can be the Flamer.
Gold will be the Flamer as well, so we're looking for D6s for all these. So there's going to be 7 shots with the Fragstorm cannon and 4 hits with the heavy Flamer. And here come the hits with the Fragstorm cannon, hitting on, it's assault, right? So they're just hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of Dante.
Actually still hitting on 4s because he's in second profile.
Oh, he's in second profile. Oh yeah, those would have been 5s and the other ones, whatever, it's fine. So then that's all the hits that we're getting from this. And now these are going to be with the Flamers, so they're all going to be wounding on 4s. Yep. Oh no, the Flamers hitting on 3s. Alrighty. So we've got 1 at AP -1 and 3 regular ones. So the 1 at AP -1 looking for a 4-up. They're good. And then we've got 3 looking for 3-ups. And I failed 2 of those, of course. All right, so now the Ball Predator is going to fire into my Chaplain Dreadnought over here. He's going to be hitting on 4s because he has the Shroud of Shroud of Heroes over there, which is -1 to hit. So red are going to be the twin assault cannon. Hitting on 4s. We'll come back to you with that. All right, everything is wounded on 5s. Oh, we got 2 wounds. All right, so 2 AP -1, so 2 4-ups. Failing both.
Equal 4.
Looking for 6s. Not getting either. Adds up to 6. Doesn't make a difference.
Yep.
This Predator back here is going to fire everything into my Chaplain Dread. Here come the Predator cannons. Getting 4 shots. Oh, no, 2 shots. It's D3, I forgot. These are going to be hitting on 4s. Getting 1 hit. Getting no wound. And the Heavy Bolter. Hitting on 4s. All right, pretty good there. Wound on 5s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 4-ups. Making 1. 6 up. Not making that. And then the final Predator is going to do the same thing. Autocannon. Getting 3 shots. Oh, 2 shots, sorry. Hitting on 3s. 4s. Oh my god. Nothing. And here comes the Heavy Bolters. Hitting on 4s. 2 hits. Getting 1 wound. No save. And no save on that one. All right, so now his Redemptor in the assault phase is going to charge into my scouts over here. One's going to throw a crack grenade, hitting on a 6. Yeah, that's a hit. Wounding on a 5. No wound there. And then the other guy's going to rapid fire his bolter. Not getting any hits, so his charge distance needs 4 inches. Oh boy, he is in. All right, so now his Redemptor is going to attack into Jenkins' squad over here. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Oh, 4s because he's in the second profile. Getting 1 hit. That is 1 wound. AP -3. That is 1 dead guy. It's obviously not going to be Jenkins. And now Jenkins gets to attack back. That's a hit. No wound there. All right, so that is it for the Blood Angel's turn here. Pretty brutal. So we're going to have Jenkins needs to take a leadership test. He lost 3 guys there. So 3 plus 4 is 7. That might be good enough. I think that's good enough. I think... Yes, thank you. That's regular Space Marine. So Jenkins is good. Sticking around. Woo! We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here. My scouts moved up. My chaplain moved up. My Razorback moved up. My lieutenant advanced up, and Jenkins back there bravely fell back from combat with the Redemptor Dread. So that is going to be it for the Dark Angels movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, I'm going to spend command point on Wisdom of the Ancients. Do I get it back? I do. And he is now, my chaplain is going to shoot into his Redemptor Dread over there. So 2 shots, hitting on 3s because he moved. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. Not getting to reroll. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that. That's 2 wounds. Do I get that command point back? I don't. So, but that's 2 wounds now. AP -3, 2 6-ups. He does not make either of them, so 2 D6 wounds. Getting 9 wounds, so does he explode? He does not, so he is just dead though. All right, Twin Assault Cannon into his Ancient over here. 12 shots, hitting on 4s because he moved. Wow, really good. He's been on point. All right, these are now going to be wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant there. All right, pretty good. That is going to be 6 wounds at AP -1. +1 because of cover, so you're looking for 2-ups. Makes them all. All right, so these scouts are going to fire into his Predator over here, hitting on 3s. All right, they did move. Wounding on 5s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 3-ups, and you're a Predator over here. Makes them both. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my Chaplain Dread is going to attack into his Predator over here. He's going to be overwatching with the Heavy Bolters first, hitting on 6s, getting 2 hits, wounding on 5s, getting 1 wound. 4-up save. That's good with a Filfers. And then the Predator autocannon, getting 3 6 shots. Pretty good. Hitting on 6s, getting 1 hit. Wounding on a 4. No, nothing there. So his charge distance. Yeah, is totally in. All right, so now my Chaplain Dread is going to attack into his Predator over here. He's got 4 attacks. They're going to be hitting on 2s. I don't have 2 close combat weapons, so I don't get to reroll fails there. But he does have a special rule that any friendly chapter units in combat with the same unit as him, which he is himself a friendly chapter unit in combat with the same unit as him, gets +1 to their strength characteristic, which makes him a strength 7, ×2 because of the claw, and that makes it a strength 14 attack, so he's going to be wounding on 2s as well. So here we go, 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. That's all hits. Wounding on 2s. I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that one. And it's a wound, and then do I get that back? I do, in fact. So that's going to be 4 wounds at AP -3, so 4 6-ups. He makes 2 of them. Brutal. So he only takes 6 damage. And now he's going to attack back. D3 attacks, getting 2 attacks, hitting on 6s, getting no hits. So that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. I do score a point here because I'm a character within 3, so I control this one. I guess he wasn't in 3 because we determined that, but still, I get that point here. But because last turn he scored 3 points from him holding it and 3 points from him holding it, that was an additional 6 points, so he's up to 14 to my 5. Not great, but we'll see what happens. So we'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 5. All right, movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 5. This Predator backed out of combat over here like a weenie, and then these two moved up forward this way. The Sanguinary Ancient moved up a little bit closer over here to my Razorback, and Dante is going over here to take on Jenkins because he knows that Jenkins is the true threat out here on the table. So we will come back for movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, start with the shooting phase. This Predator is going to shoot into my Chaplain Dreadnought over here. He's going to be hitting on 5s because he moved -1 and -1 because of the Shroud of Heroes. So here come the Heavy Vultures hitting on 5s. All right, getting a couple hits. Wow, pretty good. And then wounding on 5s. No wounds there. And then the autocannons getting 6 attacks. Pretty good. Hitting on 5s. Getting 2 hits.
4s.
Looking for 4s. Getting no wounds. All right, so now his Predator, his Ball Predator is going to fire everything into my Chaplain Dreadnought over here. So he's going to have 12 shots with the twin assault cannon, 6 shots with the heavy bolter. All of these are going to be hitting on 5s. We'll come back to you with that. All right, these are going to be wounding on 5s. Getting 4 wounds there. 4 AP -1, so 4 4-ups. And it failed 2 of them. 2. I'm going to spend a command point. I'm going to use his free reroll for one of them from his Warlord trait. Nope, failed that too. So 2 6-ups. Nope, nothing there. So 2 wounds. And he's going to shoot his Angelus bolt gun into him. That is 2 hits. That is 1 wound.
-1.
AP -1. No, yeah, he takes a wound. All right, so now Dante is going to shoot Jenkins over here with his Inferno pistol. Hitting on a 2. That's a hit. Wounding on a 2. Oh, I was hoping he was going to miss that. That is dead. Jenkins, no! All right, so now his Sanguinary Ancient is going to charge in the assault phase into my Razorback over here. He is going to shoot Overwatch here, so 12 shots looking for 6s. All right, getting quite a few. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's do this. Here we go, wounding on 3s. All right, so we got, there was just 2, so it's 4 wounds, AP -1. He's not in cover now, so 3-ups. Oh, he failed 2. 5-up, feel no pains. Oh, he makes just enough to survive with 1 wound left. And he's totally in, yeah.
He doesn't get it.
All right, so now the Sanguinary Ancient is going to start us off in the fight phase. He's got 3 attacks here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, so that's 2 hits. Wounding on, it would be wounding on 5s, but now wounding on 4s because of the Red Thirst. That's 1 wound. Reroll 1 because of himself to wound. All right, so that's still just 1 wound. AP -3, so looking for a 6. No, goes through. D3 wounds. Giving him 2 wounds. And now his attacks back, 3 attacks, hitting on 6s. Oh, nothing there. So that is going to be it for the Blood Angel's turn here. He scores an additional 4 points. for having him still within range of that objective. And he holds it because he's a character. He's the only character on it. So that is going to be it for the Blood Angels turn here. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 5. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here. Mother Duck and her little babies here making move up towards on the objective over here. So my chaplain moved around the corner there. These guys moved up over behind him. My lieutenant moved up towards the Sanguinary Ancient, and my Razorback fell back out of combat. And that is it for movement phase. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so that is it for the movement phase onto the shooting phase. My lieutenant's going to fire into his Sanguinary Ancient there. He is going to be hitting on a 3. That is a hit. Wounding on a 3. That is a wound. AP minus 3. 5 up. No, goes through. So 5 up, feel no pain. Oh, and he makes it. All right, now my scouts are going to fire into his ball predator there. The yellow is going to be a crack grenade. Everything else is bolters. Hitting on 3s. All righty. These are going to be wounding on 5s. Woo, pretty good there. So we've got 4 wounds into the Predator. So 4 3-ups. Oh, and he takes 2 wounds. Now my Chaplain Dread's going to fire his Storm Bolter into the Ball Predator, and he's going to fire the Twin Las Cannons into the other Predator. So we're going to do the Twin Las Cannons first, hitting on 3s because he moved. That is 2 hits with fill faces. That means something. Wounded on 3s. Or maybe it doesn't. That's 1 wound. I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that. All right, so do I get that command point back? I don't, so I'm down to 2 command points, but that's 2 wounds at AP minus 3, so it's 2 6-ups. No, both go through. 2d6 wounds. Oh, 9 wounds, killer. And then the Storm Bolter into the Ball Predator. That is 4 hits, wounding on 5s. Nothing there. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my lieutenant's going to charge into his Ancient. Angel's Bolt Gun, hitting on 6s. No hits there. Charge is totally in. And then my Chaplain Dread is going to charge into both Predators over here. So we're going to start with the Ball Predator first. On 6s, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so we got 3 total hits. Wounding on 5s. No wounds there. And then we've got the shots from the other Predator into him over here. Predator Cannon. Getting 6 shots. Pretty brutal. These are going to be hitting on 6s. Getting no hits there. And then the heavy bolters. Getting no hits there. His charge distance. Yeah, it's totally in. And then my scouts are going to charge into the Ball Predator because why not? Oh, they are in. All right, we're going to start over here with my lieutenant hitting into his Ancient. 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, that's all hits. Wounding on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of himself. All right, that's 2 wounds at AP minus 3. 2 5-ups. Makes one of them 5 up. Oh, no, and he is dead. And now the scouts are going to attack into his Ball Predator over here. 6 attacks, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. That is going to be 3 hits. Their strength profile becomes a 5 now, which doesn't make a difference because they're attacking the same thing as him. So it becomes a 5, which still means wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound. And he makes a save. All right, so now my Chaplain Dread is going to put 1 attack into this Predator, 3 attacks into this Predator. So we're going to go with a 1 attack into that Predator, hitting on a 2. That's a hit. Wounding on a 2. That is a wound. 6-up save. No, and he is dead. Does he explode? He does not. And here comes the 3 attacks into this Predator. That is 3 hits. That is 2 wounds. I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll this. That is a wound. Do I get it back? I do, in fact, get it back. So that's 3 wounds. 3, looking for 6s. No! And it goes through, and he is dead. Does he explode? He does not. That was impressive. All right, so that's the end of the turn. I scored 2 points because the Chaplain has been holding this one 2 turns. I score 1 point because they hold that for 1 turn. So it puts me up to an 8 to his 18. Does it go on to a turn 6? It does. It does. It goes on to turn 6. So we will come back to you after a movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 6. All right, movement phase for the Blood Angels. His Predator here stood still, and Dante jumped up over this way. So that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting with the shooting phase, this Predator is going to fire the Predator cannons into my Dread and the heavy bolters into the Scouts. So we're going to go with the the heavy bolters first. These are going to be hitting on 4s because he's in a second profile. All right, and then there's that 3 is a miss too. So that's 4 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds. AP -1 +1 because they're in cover. 4 ups. And I make 1 of them. And the Predator cannon. 2d3 shots. Getting 4 shots. Hitting on 5s because he's also -1 again because of the relic. Getting 1 hit. Not a wound. Dante's going to fire his Inferno pistol into here. That is a hit. Looking for a no. You have to damage still. You still have to wound.
Gotcha.
So that is a wound. Now you do 2 because he's -4. Just goes through. Getting 5 damage. Killer. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Dante is now going to charge into my Razorback and my Lieutenant. So Overwatch from the Razorback, hitting on 6s. No, getting 1 hit. I needed better than that from you, bro. Wounding on a 3. That's a wound. AP -1, so 3 up. Oh, he takes a wound. And now my Lieutenant's going to fire. He's going to supercharge his plasma pistol here, hitting on a 6. Oh no! I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that. I'm going to do a different die because I don't feel like re-rolling that back in. Who even does that? I did a different die and everything. You're not supposed to die like that. Oh, that one hurts. Right in the feels. Right in the feels. Do I at least get the command point back? Nope, I don't. Oh, he did. Yeah, he did. And his charge distance. Yeah, he is totally in. All right, so into the fight phase. Dante is going to swing into my Razorback over here, hitting on 2s. Re-rolling because of himself. All right, that's all hits. Strength 6. So looking for 5s to wound. Oh, it becomes 4s because of Red Thirst. Getting 2 wounds. AP -3 or 2? AP -3. So looking for 6 ups. And I make none of them, so he is dead. Does he explode? No, he does not. I'm gonna spend my last command point to re-roll that. No, but do I get it back? No. All right, so that's the end of the Blood Angel's turn here. He scores 1 point for having Dante on that objective over there, putting him at 19 points. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 6. All right, movement phase. These guys are moving up this way towards Dante, and that's about it. So that's all I've got left. So that's it for movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so now my Chaplain's going to start us off by shooting his last cannons into the Predator over here and his Stormbolter into Dante. So we're going to go with the last cannons first. 2 shots, hitting on 3s because he moved. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound. No reroll. 6s. No! Goes through. If I get 5 or better on this, he dies. So here we go. Come on, show me that Phil face! Yeah, with the Phil face! Woo! And now the Stormbolter firing in there. 2 shots. All right, so 4 shots. 4 hits. Wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 ups. And he makes them both. All right, so now the Scouts are going to fire into Dante. All right, that's almost all hits there. Wounding on 3 and 4s. Alrighty, so that is 1 of each. So 1 2 up, and then 1, I think, 4 up.
Gold will be 4.
Gold will be 4. He makes both of them. All right, so that's it for shooting phase. Into the assault phase. Everyone's going to charge, but the Scouts are going to go first. So frag grenade into here. Getting 3 shots. Looking for 6s. Getting nothing there. Their charge distance is totally in. And now my Dread is going to go in. And he is totally in. All right, my Scouts are going to start us off here. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. That is going to be 2 hits. Their strength now becomes 5 because of they're attacking the same target as the Chaplain. So that's going to be wounding on 3s. So that is 1 wound. AP nothing, so 2 up. He's good. All right, so now my chaplain. Here we go, 4 attacks. Hitting on 2s. All right, that's all hits. Wounding on 2s. Oh man, that's all wounds. Here we go. 4 up invul saves. And he fails 2 of them. Oh, that's just enough to kill him. And Dante is curse-splatted. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the game because the Blood Angels have been just wiped off the table. But he scored enough points that he is gonna win. It doesn't matter. He wins because he had, 19 points? 19 points to my, I guess I score another point there. So 19 points to 9. Early on when he had those characters sitting there, that was where it just became really hard. When I blew myself up was when I made it impossible for me to really make a comeback there. But yeah, that was killer. That was so much fun. I'll take the moral victory. He can take the actual victory. I'll take the moral victory of clearing off the table. But that was a blast. I had a ton of fun with that one. And that's why you got to keep, I know it looked real bad for me right at the, like towards the middle of the game there, but that's why you got to keep playing, kids, because roll your dice. You never know what's happening. Always having a good time. So, I hope you all have had a great time. I certainly have. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Jason, and until next time, have fun.
I'll tell you what